So Trump just started the travel ban. We were waiting for this to happen since March, to be honest, and it's officially official. There's 12 countries that are completely banned. Okay, this is Afghanistan, Chad, Equatorial Guinea, and Eritrea. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Haiti, Iran, Libya, Myanmar, Republic of Congo, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Okay, these 12 countries, unless you already had a visa, and even if you already had a visa, you may not be able to get in. Okay, restricted travel will be for these 7 other countries. Okay, and some of these are new they were not there in the first travel ban. Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. And the government put in their decision from the White House the announcement that the reason that they're denying entry from these countries and restricting them from the others is because a lot of these countries, they say, are not accepting their deportees back. And also they threw in some other language against the Venezuelans, like that they are terrorists and all these other things, right? That we know that the government has been trying to push for a while. Now there are exceptions, okay? There are exemptions, like, right, that we know that the government has been trying to push for a while. Now there are exceptions, okay? There are exemptions, like people who have an immediate relative. Well, what they've actually said, I want to read it as they said it. Individuals with U.S. family members who apply for visas in connection with their spouses, children, or parents. So it's typically an immediate relative, but it seems that it would also be for residents, lawful permanent residents petitioning their family members as well, spouses, children, and parents, for the people who qualify, okay? Diplomats, foreign officials traveling on a valid non-immigrant visa for an official visit, those who are related to NATO visits, athletes or members of an athletic team traveling for the U.S. World Cup, Olympics, or another major sporting events. So I'm not sure if the athletes would need to have some sort of visa or they just need to prove that they're an athlete that's coming. Most of those people will qualify for a P visa, usually, or sometimes an O. Refugees, those who are granted asylum or admitted to the U.S. as refugees before the ban took place, okay, meaning that you can't now qualify, but those who were previously already qualified. Okay, Afghans with special immigrant visas. These are Afghans who work for the U.S. government or its allies in Afghanistan and were holders of the Afghan special immigrant visa previously. Okay, Iranians who belong to an ethnic or religious minority who are fleeing persecution. So in my opinion, these are people, that does sound like they would take Iranians who qualify for asylum, but only on these 2 grounds, ethnicity and religion. Okay, certain foreign national employees of the U.S. government who have served abroad for at least 15 years and their spouses and children. And then also, the lastly but not least, children adopted by U.S. citizens. Okay, now this travel ban goes into effect on Monday, which is June the 9th. So basically, if you were lucky enough to get an interview before that time, so anytime this weekend, then you shouldn't be affected. We're going to find out if there are other people who are not on this list who may be exempt on a case-by-case basis. For example, I don't see the mention of fiancés, right? I did see previously somewhere else mentioned immigrant visas, and K1s are in the immigrant visa category. So we're going to find out what happens with fiancés. But in general, this is all new, so we're going to find out, and as we know more, we'll tell you. Okay?